Hello and welcome to another Let's Play of Eldfall Chronicles, the Restoring Balance campaign with the Empire of Soga. As you can see here, we finally arrived at the obelisk here at the far end. And the task is to either destroy the obelisk or to repair it. The obelisk can be destroyed, it has only armor 5 and 5 hit points, and can be targeted by actions, or it is healed if 2 healing type spells are successfully cast on it. And since the purification of the Kitsune Spell Maiden is a healing spell, I think I will go with this route because I believe that is faster. And the opposition, as you can see here, is 1 Colossus and 2 Earth Elements. And for the purification of the Kitsune, just to get it into relation, let me just get the purification. Here it is. It has a reach of 16 inches. And here's the keyword healing and ranged. Therefore, the Kitsune might be the key piece, which is why I decided to, for the 4 remaining victory points I had, to buy her a lucky charm. And since we will start in the Empire of Soga's turn, I already put a luck token onto it. Without further ado, let's start. The strategic phase, the Kitsune gets a luck token, and the clan champion will call the evasion tactics to once more improve the agility of his party by 2. And but the first bushy attendant will immediately activate, and he will use a dodge action. He will go with 5 inches up to here, which will trigger from both Earth Elementals the first activation in form of a hurl, which will be, this one will be within 8 inches, but as you can see here, but this one will be far out of 8 inches, so I will just grab the activation points. Here we are, starting with the more inaccurate Earth Elemental, or less accurate. An 18 is not enough, and the other Earth Elemental needs a 14 or less. A 19, both miss. Therefore the bushy attendant does not have to dodge or roll, and he will dodge just a little bit to the side, because now with his next activation he once again will use a dodge action to provoke both Earth Elementals, and he will dodge, or before he does, he will move. Where will he move? He wants to stay outside of 8 inches. He will move just a little bit back, so that both Earth Elementals are now outside of 8 inches. Starting with the one at the top, 10 or less. It's a 10. This Earth Elemental rolls a 3, so both will hit, unless he managed to roll a 12 or less for his dodge. And with a roll of 6, he successfully dodged both hits, which allows him to walk 2.5 inches a little bit closer to this Earth Elemental in an attempt to still stay outside of the 8 inches, so here a little bit more above it. So, the first bushy attendant has successfully drawn 2 actions of the Earth Elementals. Let's continue with the next one. He does the same. Outside of the clan champion, 5 inches up to here, and he's calling a dodge. And once again, both Earth Elemental react. This Earth Elemental is definitely within 8 inches. This one is far out of the 8 inches. So, another round of hurled rocks. The one at the 14 or less rolled a 12. The one with a 10 or less rolled a 6. Both will hit. Is this bushy attendant able to dodge at a 12 or less? With a natural 1, he also manages to dodge. And the next activation, this bushy attendant will, he will move a little bit closer between his party member and the other and the Colossus, but he will go a little bit closer just to be outside of the base of his teammate and outside of 1 inch of the Colossus, so that he will be not engaged, triggering the last activations of the Earth Elementals, both needing a 10 or less. The one at the bottom this time first, 16 failed. The one at the top, 10 or less. A 2 will hit. Is this bushy attendant able to dodge the 2? 12 or less, he fails to do so. So, small template. Luckily, he positioned himself so that no other will be hit. Power of 16 minus armor 5. He needs an 11 or less to wound. And with a roll of 4, the bushy attendant is wounded. Luckily, since this was his second activation, he will not lose another activation point since he is already out of these. Now, what will the clan champion do? Will the clan champion try to get into melee with an unstoppable Colossus? Most likely not. Therefore, he will try to, at the beginning he will stay where he is. Let the Kitsune activate first. She will use a run action. So 6 inches here and another 6 inches up to here. And now she's in quite a dangerous position because she's close to the Earth Elemental. And therefore she will use another run action to get into the better position. 6 inches, and she will just go here, getting into cover from the Earth Elementals, even when this might view her through the window, but this Earth Elemental most likely will not see her. And she had a clear line of sight towards the obelisk. Now she is within 5 inches of the Colossus. Here it is within 4.5, so the clan champion has to position himself in such a way that he is the model farthest away from the Colossus for its activation. And by doing so, where will he go? The creature, he will first activate using a run action, running 5 inches and 10 inches, spending his second activation and moving in the opposite direction, 6. Yeah, okay, not the cleanest move. I am still worried about. Let me reposition it since it's my game. 5 inches and 10 inches for the first activation. And he will stay where he is because now he's the closest to this Earth Elemental. The Bushi should be close to this. And he should be the farthest away from the Colossus. So, this marks the first turn. Luckily, only one Bushi attendant got wounded. I didn't expect that. I expected more wounds this turn. But here we are, and maybe the hostiles will have a chance to put some damage out, but we will see. Let the fun start with the Colossus. The Colossus will use a run action in combination with its taunt ability, and it will run 8 inches. It has the target of the farthest model, but it will still make a little detour. So basically moving 2 inches here, 6 inches, 2, let me see. Yeah, 5 inches here, 3 inches. So basically overrunning these two, getting up to here. Both of the Bushi attendants will call a reaction despite of the, or regardless of the taunt skill. The Kitsune has no line of sight because of the terrain, but the clan champion has to make an intelligence check, 13 or less. He managed to keep calm and has not to declare an action or reaction. Bushi attendant who's already wounded, 12 or less, manages to dodge with a 4. Bushi attendant who's unwounded so far, 15, he fails. He gets a hit with toughness 17 and the knockdown trait, I think. Trample, yeah, with a knockdown trait it is. It is sadly not in focus. Therefore, power 17, armor 4, 13 or less. It's a 3. The Bushi attendant is wounded and he is also knocked down. Now, with its next activation, it will once again use its taunt ability and then run 8 inches, 6, 7, 8. Closer to him. The second activation token. And this time all 3 have to perform an intelligence roll, starting with the Bushi attendant. It's a 4, he managed to keep cool. The knockdown Bushi attendant, he managed to keep cool, and the other Bushi attendant, he failed to do so. Therefore he has to declare an action, and he will declare a dodge action to reposition. And he will reposition a little bit farther away, 2.5 inches up to here, in hope to become the farthest away model of the Colossus once again compared to the Kitsune. Let's check. Here we are about, let's say, 13 to, 13. And back here we are within 12 inches. So with this, the Colossus activates again towards the Kitsune to 8 inches and uses its taunt ability. This remaining Bushi attendant, with a natural 1 he managed to keep calm, and the clan champion with a 10 also keeps calm. Now, with a target priority of the closest enemy, this Earth Elemental has to focus the clan champion, and let's check if he is within 5 inches. He is definitely not. Therefore, the Earth Elemental will walk 4 inches and start hurling a rock at him. The clan champion will react with a dodge. The Earth Elemental 14 or less. With a 14 it would hit. Is he able to dodge with a 12 or less? With a 14 he fails to dodge, therefore he is hit, is staggered, loses his other activation. He will dodge 2.5 inches. He is within 5 inches. He will dodge a little bit away. Nevertheless, manage the Earth Elemental to wound the clan champion. Power of 16, armor of 5, 11 or less. With a 9, the clan champion receives his first wound. Now, the Earth Elemental will activate again, walks up 4 inches, and holds a second rock. Natural 1, it hits and ignores his armor, therefore 16 or less to wound. With a roll of 13, the clan champion also receives a second wound. This Earth Elemental, it is within 5 inches, therefore it will activate, walk in, within 1 inch or into contact, let me see, stops 1 inch away, so it gets close and starts pummeling the Bushi attendant with its fists, or earthen fists. 2 strikes at 12 or less, an 11 and a 7 with this both hit. Toughness or power 16 minus armor 4, 12 or less to wound, 218. And with this, the Bushi attendant is still active, or staying, and now the Earth Elemental will repeat this. A 10 and a 16 to hit, therefore the 16 misses, and again 12 or less to wound. It's a 6, and with this, the Bushi attendant receives a second wound and is incapacitated. So, this was more devastating. Not only does the previously unharmed Bushi attendant is now down, The clan champion is also down to his last hit point. Maybe the Kitsune Spellman will manage to close the gate this turn, so we will see what happens in the second turn of the Empire of Soga. The second turn for the Empire of Soga starts with the clan champion once again calling evasion tactics. And now this bushy attendant will activate. He will use his move action to get up and then attack the Colossus. This will trigger a reaction of this Earth Elemental, which will hurl, and the Colossus, who will dodge, and also putting away this activation point. Starting with the Earth Elemental. With a natural 1 it hits, and with a 12 it will wound the bushy attendant. So the bushy attendant is down, and nevertheless the Colossus will dodge 2 inches towards the bushy attendant, and this will cause it to be outside of 6 inches of its awareness, so that the now incapacitated bushy attendant was able to give the Kitsune a chance to cast her purification at the obelisk. I will just have a quick look at the card. Hopefully I can get it in a little bit better into focus. Absolutely not. You have to stay with me. The model makes Pentalac token anyone die in an activation sequence or force an enemy model attacking to reroll. It only states that during its strategic phase, a model with this upgrade generates a luck tone up to the maximum amount of 3. So it doesn't say that it is only for 1 turn. I assume that now the Kitsune will have 2 luck tokens. I'm not sure about it. Maybe I have to ask the Discord how the ruling is on this. But since it's only my game and I'm playing against the AI, the Kitsune now has 2 luck tokens. So, and with this, she is within 16 inches of the obelisk and will cast Purification, 15 or less. It's a natural 1, so the obelisk has 1 enhancement and healing spell cast upon it. And now, for the second time, the Kitsune once again will try to cast Purification. This Earth Elemental, since it had to walk forward, is now unable and does not see the Kitsune Spellman. So, last roll maybe of the game. It's a 5. The Kitsune didn't need it, the luck token. It's the second healing. And the obelisk is repaired. With this, the quest ends, because the obelisk is either repaired or destroyed. In this case, it is repaired, because 2 healing spells were successful cast on them, and with this, the rift is closed. Let me clean up the board, and I'll see you for the after action report. Here we are for the after action report. So, was this quest fun? It was okay, neutral. I didn't have so much fun that I would recommend it, but most likely because I was able to cheese it with the Kitsune here and her healing spell. It was also lucky that both of the bushy attendants in the first turn managed to dodge 3 out of 4 hurls from the Earth Elementals, and otherwise the Earth Elementals and the Colossi, I was able to play the 3 hostiles using the reaction or hostile profile cards, using the 3 less, and I put it in quotation marks, important models, because the Kitsune was the key with her spell to end the game quickly, which went brilliantly. The Colossus wasn't able to show its strength again, but I think that for next week, as soon, unless I receive my Northern Wind box or set, that I will go with a few assumptions about how much recruitment points the Colossus is worth, and then I will put the Colossus 1 versus a whole party equal to the points value or estimation of points that the Colossus might be worth, and we will go on with how a few tactics might be against the Colossus, how you can win against this creature, and maybe then the Colossus is able to show a little bit more of its potential when it is really played as a player-controlled creature and not only targeting the fast creature, because this way I was able to, play around it using the clan champion, using the Bushi attendants, and keeping the more important piece, the Kitsune, safe, even when it was the objectively better or would have been the better decision to just go straight for the Kitsune and kill her. But this is how the game against the AI or the game, the play against the game is. Restoring Balance, I think I like this campaign less than the Obsidian Heart, because here you are basically just running over the map to the gate, destroying the gate, jumping to the gate, repairing the gate, and yeah, I didn't had really much fun playing it. It was okay, but I think I will not do this with every faction, because the entertainment was quite limited for myself. If you disagree with me and find it more interesting, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, if you want to see some special content, or in general what content you would like to see me doing or recording, please also write it down in the content. Until next week then, and have a good day. Bye.